Another fight over tax cuts for the richest Americans brewing this week, highlighted in a new report this morning. Former President Bill Clinton brought it up this week, and now an article in Roll Call says that even though the former president walked back his comments supporting an extension of the Bush-era tax cuts, it's still sparking a political firestorm. Joining me is the author of the article on Roll Call, Daniel Newhauser. Good morning to you, Daniel. Thanks for being here.
Morning, Alex.
We're going to get right to it because your article says even though Mr. Clinton apologized for what he said was a mistake about the timing and that the damage had already been done, is there any chance that it might force some type of short-term extension of all of these tax cuts?
Well, the short answer is not before the election. This is all about political posturing, about striking out a difference from the other party before the election. Republicans are saying we want to extend all the Bush tax cuts, and Democrats are saying, well, we want to extend the part for the middle class, but not for the wealthy.
Right. And to be specific here, extend the tax cuts for middle income, but not for those over $250,000. But Republicans are completely opposed to that?
At this point, yes. That's what Barack Obama's stance is. Nancy Pelosi and some other congressional Democrats, Senator Chuck Schumer as well, have said, well, let's extend all the cuts up to $1 million, but not anything over $1 million. Republicans, of course, say the people who make that much money, those are the job creators, and if we don't extend their tax cuts, they're not going to be able to create jobs. It's not going to help the economy.
What about the possibility of some sort of a compromise being worked out in Congress? I know the political climate is what it is, but is there any chance of a short-term extension?
You have to remember these things don't expire until December 31st. What we're likely going to see, and this is going right back to that fiscal cliff issue you were talking about earlier, is that all this will be dealt with in the lame duck session. And what really determines how it will be dealt with is who's in office. It could be Mitt Romney, it could be Barack Obama. We don't know what the lay of the land in Congress will be in terms of who's going to be in power. So all those things are determining factors. And right now, basically, members of Congress are saying, vote for us because this is what we're going to do with the Bush tax cuts. You
know, Daniel, you make a really good point about the timing here, because as we get closer to the November election, how many of the votes on these issues are likely to just be political statements but with no chance of actually passing anything?
Well, probably all of them. Majority Leader Eric Cantor gave an interview with reporters where he basically said as much that you know, we're going to be voting on certain things, but we don't expect the Senate to take them up. The Senate may have some political votes as well. I mean, this is par for the course, especially in a presidential election year, but really in any election year, that they'll have votes to put the other party in a tough political situation. And so the House will vote on the Bush tax cuts in July, right before Congress leaves for the August recess, and hopes to probably put some pressure on Democrats to say, I dare you to vote against this. I dare you to vote against giving every American a tax break. And
real quick, looking ahead to next year, how bad could this fiscal cliff be if the taxes go up and automatic budget cuts take effect?
Well, it would be pretty rough on the economy, most people say. It would probably take care of the deficit. But, you know, it looks like they'll probably get something done. I can't see Congress just letting all these things lapse. Even Standard & Poor's yesterday came out and said that they think that these issues will be dealt with. So you know, I think it could be averted.
Okay, from Roll Call, Daniel Newhauser. Thank you so much, Daniel.
Thanks for having me on.
In this week's